Most of us struggle with this constant feeling of being not enough. This has been ingrained in us from the constant comparison and competing that we've been conditioned to as young girls and women. What if I could teach you the key to cultivating happiness and contentment? Would you be interested? Give me 15 minutes and I'll give you years of your life back. Hi, ladies. Welcome back to Not Just Moms, the podcast where we dive deeper into who we are beyond mom and explore the path to our best selves. I'm your host, Stephanie No, life and mindset coach and fellow mom. Today, we're tackling a topic that can truly transform your life. It sounds super simple, but it's challenging to actually practice every day. We're talking about the skill to stop caring what others think. As women, we were often conditioned to compare and compete, aren't we? It starts so early. Think back as young girls. Maybe you heard, "You're cute, but Jennifer is super cute." Or in your teens, "You should be more like Kimberly. She's so responsible." Then college only amplifies it. New friendships, new relationships, and the pressure of finding a career. Not only are we competing for attention, but for our place in the workforce. And then you think it ends there. But then you make it to your workplace and you get your first taste of that toxic coworker. It's super frustrating. You would think all women would support each other, but sadly, it's not always the case. We all struggle with this, even if we don't realize it. Whether it's your former friends or your boss or even your mom, it always comes back to seeking that external validation. The comparison and competition that we grew up with has led us to believe lies that we're not good enough or that we have to impress or please others. This constant analyzing and caring what others think is the perfect breeding grounds for self-doubt and anxiety. It robs us of our true joy and authenticity. When we're trying so hard to impress or please everyone else, we lose sight of our own self-worth and who we truly are at our core. We think we could be happier by controlling the narrative and how everyone perceives us. However, we can't control other people's thoughts. We as moms should definitely understand this concept. The more I tell my kids what to do and how to behave, the more exhausted I become. In the end, they're going to do what they want. The more we try to control, the faster we burn out. When I'm on vacation with my family, I'm way more relaxed. And I feel like my kids behave so much better. Has this happened to you guys? I was really thinking about this, and I narrowed it down to this thought that I have when I'm on vacation. I find myself thinking, anything goes. This really captures the essence of stop caring what others think. Because at that point, I don't even care what I think. All rules go out the door. If we're on vacation, whatever goes. Ice cream before dinner? Sure. TV all night at the hotel? Sure. Do I care if their grandparents are going to give me a look? Probably not. Because I'm on vacation. And are their grandparents probably going to give me a look? Probably not, because they're on vacation, right? It somehow works. The less I try to control, the more it all flows together. So remember how I told you I would give you years of your life back? This was one of the biggest lessons I've learned along my journey. When I was in college, I began to feel the pressure to find a stable job. As most immigrant families, my parents didn't have a college fund for me. It was on me to earn and pay my way through college and then to land a stable job to support myself. So when I first started college, I was interested in psychology, but I eventually just decided to major in business as it's seen as the more practical choice. When I was interviewing, I ended up with 2 job offers from 2 of the big 4 accounting firms. But I had received a second round interview in New York where they would have flew me out. And I don't know, being from like a small place like Hawaii, I kind of wanted to go just because I had never been. It sounded so exciting to me and I really wanted to just go and risk it. But of course, the decision on accepting my job offer had to fall a week before I gave my decision for the interview. I remember I called my mom a day before my decision was due. And I told her my options. And she just said, well, the job offer. Because what if you don't get the other job? I remember thinking, man, is this what being an adult is like? I felt like I had to do the responsible thing and take the job offer. So in the end, I took the safe route and declined the New York interview. I valued what my mom said and I didn't want to disappoint her. But I think I was more afraid of if it didn't work out because I didn't want her to tell me, I told you so. So long story short, I got my CPA, I worked, I hated it, and it just felt like it was crushing my soul. One day I decided that I wanted to quit. I didn't have a backup plan, but I knew I didn't want to do this for the rest of my life. So I made the phone call that I was dreading to my mom. When I finally told my mom, all I remember was her saying, okay. And I was like, okay, what? That's it? And she just said, oh, yeah, I always thought being an accountant was the wrong job for you. And she's like, you like talking? I thought maybe psychology. I was shocked because I based my decision of my future on what my mom thought or what I thought she was going to say to me in case it didn't work out. And I essentially tortured myself and made this decision to go the safe route because I felt like that's what I had to do because my mom expected it or wanted it for me. And it turns out it was all a lie. She did not care. None of us should live like this, making decisions and doing things you don't even want to based on what you think someone else will say. You only have one life to live. Are you really going to live your one life defined by what others say or think? When you care too much, you're not living authentically. You're living a life you think others want you to live. Like my job scenario. What if I hadn't quit? And I just kept forcing myself to show up every day. That's such a scary thought to me. Like I could have been stuck there for 30 years. And you know what? Some of us are stuck in this trap. We just show up and go through the motions. So, how do we break free from this cycle? It's not an overnight fix, but it's absolutely achievable. The first step, and perhaps the most crucial, is self-awareness. Start noticing when you seek that external validation. Really pay attention to those moments. When you catch yourself worrying about someone else's opinion, pause, take a deep breath, and make a mental note of it. And get curious. Once you're more aware of these patterns, it's time to dig a little deeper and identify your values. What truly matters to you? Is it family? Is it health? Is it going on adventures or exploring your creativity? Focus on your core values and gently let go of the things that don't align. Now, as you start to live more in alignment with your values, you'll find that it's essential to start setting boundaries. This can be challenging, especially for those of us who are people pleasers. But trust me, learning the power of no is incredibly freeing. You have to protect your time and energy. No one's going to do it for you. Remember, if it's not a hell yes, it's probably a no. And as you're navigating these changes, remember to practice self-compassion. This is something I've talked about in a previous episode, and it's so important. Be kind to yourself. Acknowledge that you're on a journey and forgive yourself for any missteps along the way. Don't judge yourself for caring what others think. Show yourself grace. We all fall into this trap sometimes. Focus on your own personal growth journey. Everyone's path is unique, so stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. And finally, don't forget to cultivate your inner circle. Surround yourself with people who truly love you for who you are, flaws and all. These are the people who will lift you up and celebrate with you through it all. Rather than fearing disappointing others, you should fear disappointing yourself. You don't want to wake up one day wondering where time has gone and living with regret. Stop caring what others think and start caring about what you think. This is you taking a stand for yourself. Remember, true happiness and contentment can only come from within. Only you can give yourself this peace. So stop caring what others think and start living your best life. So this week, find one area in your life where you think you care too much. It could be work, it could be your relationship, it could be your kids. I'd love to hear from you guys. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube at Stefano Coaching. You know, we all need to hear this message from time to time, so share it with a girlfriend who you think could benefit from this reminder. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.